And it was about how he had been living.
After that fight, Jada made a choice that would haunt her for life. She decided this time she wasn't reaching out first. This time, he could come to her.
And I was just like, Dad, I'm not calling him this time. He's gonna have to call me.
The reason she felt comfortable letting it sit was simple. She thought Pac couldn't be touched. He'd already survived being shot 5 times back in '94. He'd survived prison. He'd survived everything the streets could throw. So she waited.
I really took for granted that he would be living forever. Like, he had already survived so much.
He never called. The next thing Jada heard about Pac was that he'd been hit in Vegas. She was making plans to fly out and sit with him in the hospital. He passed before she could land. And the very last thing they ever said to each other was that fight.
That was the last time I spoke to him. And you know what's crazy? It meant absolutely nothing.
So when Suge Knight, the same dude who had pulled Pac into the world, Jada was begging him to leave, came walking up at that memorial and dropped what was left of her best friend into a box in her hands. Every layer of grief and rage just collapsed on top of each other in 1 second. To set up where this story is heading, we now gotta look at what actually went down the night Pac was killed, and why so many folks, Jada included, still feel like the real answer to who killed him ain't ever been told all the way. What actually happened on September 7th, 1996. To get why Jada keeps circling back to one specific question almost 3 decades down the line, you gotta walk through what really happened on the night of September 7th, 1996, because the answer to who pulled the trigger and the answer to who set the whole thing up are 2 different questions, and Jada's been real specific about which one she actually wants answered. The night kicked off at the MGM Grand in Vegas. Mike Tyson had just dropped Bruce Seldon in under 2 minutes. The casino was buzzing. Pac was rolling with Suge Knight and the Death Row crew. As they were walking through the lobby, Pac spotted a dude named Orlando Anderson. Anderson was running with the Southside Compton Crips. He was also tied to a situation from earlier that summer, where a Death Row associate had got jumped at a Foot Locker out in Compton, and his medallion got snatched. The street code in that world was simple. Disrespect needs an answer. And Pac, soon as he clocked Anderson, didn't think twice. A whole fight popped off right there in the MGM lobby. Pac, Suge, and the crew stomped Anderson out on the casino's own security cameras. Hotel security broke it up. Nobody got arrested. The crew rolled back upstairs. Pac switched fits at the Luxor, told his girl Kidada Jones he'd be back quick. He hopped in the passenger seat of Suge's black BMW. They were headed to Club 662, where Pac had a charity show lined up. On the way there, the convoy got pulled over once for the music being too loud, and the BMW not having no plates on it. Officers let him ride. Convoy kept moving. At a red light at Flamingo and Koval, Pac was leaning out the window, kicking it with 2 women in the next car over. It was 11:15 at night. A white Cadillac with 4 men inside slid up on the right side of the BMW. Back window came down. A hand came out holding a .40 caliber Glock. The shooter let it rip. 4 bullets caught Pac, 1 in the chest, 1 in the arm, 1 in the thigh, 1 that collapsed his lung. Suge got grazed by a fragment. Pac's bodyguard was riding in a different car behind them. The convoy scattered. Suge mashed the gas, even with 1 tire shot out. They got Pac to University Medical Center. He fought for 6 days. They put him in a medical